Hello, my name is Jim O'Brien. This is my first video recording, and just kind of want to see how this goes. Uh, I just want to talk about being unemployed and being over 50. Um, Being over 50 in itself has its challenges. It's our bodies age, things get slow down, our minds slow down. Um, but being unemployed at 50 is a whole different situation because you have a job market who sees people our age as quote overqualified. And what that means is that we are too old to be hired. Of course, they don't say that. They make overqualified euphemism for making us feel like we're too good for the job. Where in reality, they they don't want to admit that they don't want to hire, you know, older people, which is a shame because older people, in my opinion, generally have uh, better work ethics than younger people. And one of the reasons for that, I think, is just the way we were brought up. So much has changed since we've grown up with technology and with jobs themselves, and the physical and mental toll that they take on us. Um, but people that are just getting in the market now in their 20s, even 30s, you know, can't help but being discouraged. Most of them run up student loans that are, 50,000, 100,000 and beyond. Promised that they would find a good job that would pay them off and give them a good career that they so desire. And unfortunately, most of that's a lie. How many people do you know that have a degree in something, but that degree has nothing to do with the job they're in? So it basically is just an on paper thing that basically telling the system that, yeah, I paid thousands of dollars into this thing, so I should be given some kind of a chance. But uh, being unemployed, though, it is a blessing because it it lets you off the hamster wheel for at least a short time, to where you can actually collect your thoughts and think and be kind of creative. So myself, being over 50, uh, being recently laid off or quit. Well, no, laid off. I like that word better. Um, it gives you more time freedom more than anything. You get to explore different options. In learning who you are, in learning your value, what you can contribute to society, and ultimately, what one of my goals is to permanently leave the rat race and discover something that I can do to give value to society and make myself a living at the same time, which is a win-win because I'm not dependent on a corporation for my well-being, my provision. I'm relying on God, and I'm relying on the talents and the creativity that He's given me to do my mission here, and whatever that is. Um, I think right now, part of my mission, because of where I'm at, is to just share with everybody, what it's like being my age and being out of the workforce for the first time in decades. You know, it's a surreal feeling because you wake up every day and you're like, okay, I've only got so much money right now. Eventually, if I don't do anything, I'm gonna run out. So don't want that to happen. But then at the same time, look at all this time freedom I've got. Things that I can do to generate an income to at least keep me afloat for a while until I find something that really can uh, sustain me financially. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I've been on 2 interviews. I've been laid off now about a month and a half. Been on 2 interviews, which is a lot, I think, nowadays after the type of job search environment that we have now. Uh, you have many jobs that are uh, putting out false information, acting like they're hiring, but they're really not. They have people coming to job interviews. I've heard horror stories of people coming to 5, 6, 7, 8 interviews and still not getting the damn job. What's up with that? So it's very humiliating. Um, it's it's not a process anybody wants to be in. You know, um, especially if you're like me, you don't like being in front of a camera. Look at me now. No. You don't like being the center of attention in front of a bunch of people. Then you got an interview. You have 4 or 5 people all staring at you, asking you questions. It's not a comfortable position to be in. And for somebody like myself who hasn't interviewed in over 25 years, it's very intimidating. And I'm 2 for 2 now. I've got 2 interviews. Both interviews, they asked me a question that I was not prepared for, and I sat there like a deer in the headlights, just staring into space for a couple seconds, trying to figure out what the hell am I going to say. So I'm sure that pretty much cost me both interviews. So yeah, the job market sucks, especially I think specialized positions. Like what I want to get in, what I want to continue doing, like accounting, that type of thing. And a lot of positions are going to be taken over by AI anyway. So at some point they're going to have to either make a choice. Okay, either let society completely crumble, or propose some type of universal basic income so people can survive. Because eventually, the 1% that's controlling everything, they're going to run out of people buying their crap, and they're going to run out of money. So that can't happen. So eventually they're going to have to do something. What that is, I don't know. But fortunately, I've tried to prepare for a day like this where live very frugal, try to set money aside, invest it, try to make it grow, to where if something like this happened, I would have pretty good chunk of time to sort things out, kind of figure things out, and maybe try to find my way, without necessarily chasing a paycheck. And I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, in my experience, my income would go up so high, and then I'd have to change positions or whatever, and boom, go back down, and then up a little bit, and then back down. So it hasn't been like most people, I guess, where it's just up, 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 up. No, it hasn't. And in a good way, that's kind of helped me in a way, because it's caused me to become more frugal and to set more and more money aside to make it grow, because I know that whoever I'm working for is not going to see the same value in me that I see in myself. He's not going to pay me for the value that I actually bring to the table, and that's anybody, really. I mean, the person you have to impress the most is yourself, because yourself is the only one who's going to follow you every single minute of every single day, who's going to be with you every single minute, every single day. It's you, yourself, and you. So in saying that, you want to be able to set yourself up for being able to take care of yourself, because no one's going to do that for you. Used to be a day where, it was before my time, where they used to have pensions, and you work for a company long enough, you'd be given a pension. You'd be given a good chunk to live on, the rest of your days. Well, those are long gone. You either invest for yourself, or you don't have squat left. So, again, you just have to always be prepared for the worst. And what I always try to say is expect the best, but prepare for the worst. You know, I think if you do that, you can never go wrong. But yeah, I guess for my first video, my first ever really video, I want to send out publicly is I just want to make that my topic. That being over 50, being in my position, um, depends on how you look at it. It can be an enviable position, and my dad thinks it's great. That I've got enough reserves. I can chill out and you know take care of myself, invest in myself instead of a company. Um, and that is cool. But at the same time, there's the reality of it that says that at some point, if I don't do anything, then the money's going to run out eventually, and something's going to happen. So I don't want that to happen. So with that conclusion, I ask you to share and subscribe the best you can. I would love to grow this channel and share my experiences with everyone, and just be vulnerable, just being real. That's what it's all about. This world, it craves realism, and with AI and everything, technology and so much deception in the world, there's so little of it to go around. So that's who I want to be to my viewers. Is I want to be real. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I want to say things the way they are, the way I experience them, the way I view them. Might not always be right, but it's my point of view, and we're all entitled to that point of view. So, with that said, I leave you with this. Take care.